Yo, yo, yo. Happy New Year's, everybody. I know I'm a bit late and all that. I've been kind of toiling and tumbling with myself over how I was going to take this channel. And it's specifically on this video. Um, I really want to talk about who I am and the things I believe in and just having a fun and full life. And quite honestly, I think chasing health and being peak health is possible, but it's very harsh to kind of keep up with in the current landscape of today's society, right? One time, there's documentaries on documentaries talking about food and the quality of the food you're eating isn't good enough for you. Then one thing telling you about this new trend and this new fad, and then there's something else about a whole nother health scare to come up soon. And quite honestly, it's so draining. And keeping up with that stuff is so draining because it's always something being produced. And I mean, that's science, right? Where necessarily you're just constantly waiting for new things to be discovered and figured out for the betterment of society. But when you sit back and think about it, is that when you're kind of at the bottom or mid tier where you just kind of just fighting to live, and I don't equate myself to fight. Maybe I might be because I'm over here struggling and stressing and trying to figure out my life every single day, right? And I hope the way that I'm going with the pace of today's video isn't like stressing to others and all that, but to be honest, we're all stressed, right? Um, to reach perfect health, I think it's kind of unattainable, but we can really challenge ourselves in different ways. Because it's just like, to me, I feel like if you want to drink, drink. If you want to smoke, smoke. Do what you will, but understand that these things, in whatever you decide to eat, eat. I mean, just always have like a mind of moderation, because in this society it just feels like if you're not all the way at the end where you're drinking water every minute by the minute, 40 ounces guzzled down your throat, and eating salmon or whatever the newest anti-inflammatory food, or eliminating mucus out of your system and all that. It's just mind-boggling. And I feel like I've started to throw myself into that turn too, because it's just like, oh, I really should eat healthier. Oh, I should really exercise. And granted, I need to do both, but we don't need to treat every day like it's a mission, like it's a job. I mean, this body of ours is our vessel, if you will, and I feel scared talking about the way that I do, because I don't want nobody to be like, ooh, there's that little loopy guy who just talks about the body and all these weird metaphors and artistically, if you will, and all that. But let's be honest, our bodies is our vessel. We exist in this life that really doesn't make sense. I mean, when you sit back and think about things for real, you realize that, like, was I really put on earth just to stress and pay bills? There's not really a true progression in society as a whole right now. What are we aiming for? It just feels like everybody's just living. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I wish it would always be talked about like, hey, just go live, have a good life. But time and time again, it just feels like more bullshit, more things to yell about, more things to be angry about, more things to put onto your plate, and you better finish off that plate, right? um, I feel like honestly just kind of spit in my mind and the stress that I'm going through. And I don't know. If you relate, please let me know. I'm going to ramble on just a little bit more because I think this is what I wanted this channel to be, just talking about things and not really throwing out every single graphic and freaking statistic known to man, because God, there's plenty of YouTube channels that do that. And here I just want to talk about the good things. And I'm going to be honest, this is my life. I'm a licensed massage therapist. I help people. No happy endings. Don't say no happy endings. Um, so I help people out. I've been happy with my work in it. I've made more money in this industry than I had in any other industry. The only thing that I could say that sucks is I could feel like hand pain in my wrists. That's kind of picked up my first year in, but fuck it, we ball, right? So we're gonna keep going with that. My major goal for this year is to really, really be able to get better about my phone use. I probably utilize my phone maybe, feels kind of sad to say this, but like upwards of like 12 to 14 hours. If I'm not working, I'm probably on my phone scrolling Twitter. And I understand that the time that I'm utilizing to scrolling is potentially fucking up the very valuable growth that I could be putting myself into. So that's a bit stressing, and I have this serious bad like FOMO that I go through if I don't be on social media or if I don't have content playing, because I can't wash dishes. I can't even work out if I don't have some type of podcast going on. And it's normally a podcast. I could listen to music, but I get bored of it very quickly. So that's kind of like sad too, but I'm trying to rewire this mind into being full on productivity, cuz a channel like this one in a way can be utilized as a diary or journal since I'm a man, you know. So, I hope you really enjoyed this sense of rambling, and I feel like this kind of really does embody the KJ talks too much, because I don't want to have these structured conversations where I got a whole script for you and all that. I want it to sound like I'm really talking to you, like I'm really being me, and all that stuff. So, just to close out, I hope everybody has a phenomenal year. I'm trying my best to get better about being the better man that I want to be, because the goal for this year is to be a man that can really say, I'm gonna be somebody's husband soon, you know? So let's reconvene very soon.